Nikko's on me. There goes Petey. That ball. What a good Petey boy. Nikko just jumped off me. He's gonna go get that ball again. I just brought that ball out here. And I don't have all their... Nikko. Making the camera shake, boy. I don't have all their toys out here. Because... my goodness. Oh, Petey. Anyway, I don't have all their toys out here because I'm bringing them out a couple at a time. Every day I'm bringing out a couple of the toys. And the reason is, Petey's just sitting on me. Petey just sitting on me. What a good boy. But the reason why I'm bringing his toys out just a few at a time, a couple a day, is because, you know, let's talk about Petey. Yeah, let's talk about Petey. I'll preface this with saying, oh, I'm trying to put him down. He doesn't want me to put him down. Petey is a really good monkey, but Petey's got some issues, and right now he's on me. Anyway, so let's talk about Petey. Petey's got some issues, and it's more than just, well, actually, probably a lot of it is his background, you know, being a rescue and Nikko and whatnot. But the thing is, you know, monkeys are wild animals, and they're all gonna have their own little quirks and their own things and issues that need to be worked through. And so here's the deal with Petey. Besides, he's a crazy boy. Yeah, crazy boy. He wants to ride a ride. Come, Nikko, come here. Come here, Nikko. Anyway, so I think I want to talk a little bit about maybe a little more reality, because, you know, I was looking back at some of the videos. Well, actually, I was looking back at almost all the videos that I've been doing since I got Nikko, and and everything just looks so sweet and perfect, and it's not. And it's not that I'm trying to keep anything from anybody. It's just that, oh my goodness. It's just that they both really are good monkeys, and every time I'm filming, you know, they're not acting up or not doing anything that you know, would require any discipline or anything like that. So, so it's not that I'm trying to keep anything from anyone, but when issues do come up, you know, I'm sorry, Petey's on me, crawling all over me. When issues come up, I don't have a camera out, you know, and I can't go get the camera because I'm dealing with the issue. So I want to talk a little bit about some issues. He just threw that ball up. Anyway, yeah, he is a really good monkey. But here's Nikko. Oh my gosh, I can't even get a video done with you guys. Everybody wants to jump on me. But here's a couple of issues I have with Petey. And he's sitting on my shoulder right now. I think he's trying to tell me, hey man, don't be telling people about me. Hey, don't be telling people about me. So anyway, back to my story. Eventually I'll get the story out. One of the issues I have with Petey is that he's very territorial. And that's not uncommon for monkeys. Kiara was very territorial about her space. If a stranger came in the house, oh my goodness, all heck broke loose. Petey's not like that. So Petey's not territorial about his space. He doesn't care who comes in the house. He really doesn't. He almost seems to enjoy it when people come around. But anyway, he's very territorial with stuff. And anything that's in his enclosure or out here, he doesn't want anyone touching his stuff. And I noticed it last year when my friend came in to the enclosure and got close to Petey's toys. Petey started kind of lunging at him a little bit. And so Petey's very territorial with his stuff. And even with me, if I come out here and there's stuff out here and I go to pick it up, he gets a little territorial about it. I'm working on that. And what I'm doing in working on that is, like I said, bringing out toys just a little at a time, where he sees me bringing them out here and holding them. And then also, you know, I went to where I was just cleaning out their enclosure in the living room when they were in the sunroom. Well, he's way up there. That may not have been a good idea. So now I've kind of gone back to doing some of the cleaning in there when they're in there. So he sees me picking up the toys and moving them to different places and that type of thing. But so anyway, that's one issue that I've got with Petey. And another issue I have with Petey is sometimes Petey doesn't want to be touched. And that's very hard on me, because, you know, I like to rub their backs and rub their feet, and Kiara loved it and Nikko loves it. But sometimes Petey does not want to be touched, and I think that just comes from his life before coming to me, where he just didn't have, you know, he wasn't held much, he wasn't touched much, and I think that's probably where that stems from. But it kind of breaks my heart. It kind of makes me sad. Now he's gotten much, much, much better. I've had him now for, gosh, in July, Nikko's on me. Well, he's being swung around. In July, I will have had Petey for 2 years, and he's come a long, 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 long way. But he's still got issues. He's got lingering effects of what he went through and being rehomed, and poor little guy. But so another issue I have with Petey is, a couple months ago, and really it's not an issue anymore, but a couple of months ago, Petey is 2.5 now, and so he is getting to the age where he wants to test me. Not uncommon for a monkey, turning 2.5, 3, 4, 5. That's just very common for them to want to test the alpha. They do it in the wild, and they're going to do it in captivity. So a couple months ago, Petey started, jump on me again. A couple months ago, Petey started testing me and challenging me. And when I would tell him no to something, my good grief, when I would tell him no to something, he would start lunging at me. And that is a serious sign of aggression. So anyway, that needed to be addressed immediately. And so I did. I worked with him on it. And so I worked with him on it. And it took a couple of weeks, but I got him past that stage. Now, am I naive enough to think that that's the end? No, it's definitely not the end. He will challenge me again and again and again, because that's what monkeys do. All of them do it in some fashion. Some of them are a little more aggressive with it. Some of them, aren't that aggressive with it, but they all have it in them. As issues come up, I just deal with them. And but you know, when I worked with him for those couple of weeks, I'll just tell you what I did, okay? I started lunging back at him, and there wasn't any biting involved on either of us, and it and it was actually pretty easy to work through it with him. But you know what? The next time it might not be. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I started lunging back at him, and he would have this look on his face like, oh my goodness. So he stopped doing it. And now when I tell him no to something, he doesn't like it, but he doesn't get aggressive or lunge at me or anything like that. So, you know, just something we're working through. But I just got to thinking, you know, they are good monkeys, and for the most part, they're fairly well behaved for being a monkey. But there's issues, you know, it's not perfect. It's not all rosy. You know, there's always going to be issues to work through, and it's just part of having a monkey, because like I said, they are wild animals. So anyway, but I want to go back to say again, he is a good monkey. He really is a good monkey. And I think Nikko will be too. Nikko is a pretty good monkey. He's just a baby, and he's still kind of learning what he can and can't get away with, and that type of thing. But anyway, yeah, so they haven't been able to play outside for the last 3 days because it's been too cold. So they're really enjoying it. They've already been outside for about 3 hours, and they still have all this energy. But and then they're not going to be able to, well, they'll be able to play out tomorrow, and then it'll be a week before they can play outside again because the weather's going to be back in the 50s. So, but anyway, no, everything's going okay, and you know, they're fine. They're good. I just wanted to share with you a couple of the issues that I'm working through with Petey, or that I have worked through with Petey. And you know, him not wanting to be touched, oh gosh, if you could have seen it when I first got him, it was horrible. It really broke my heart, because he just would flinch and run off like he was just petrified of being touched. And he's come a long way, because he does let me pet him and rub his back and rub his feet, but he still has times where he just doesn't want to be touched. And so then I just leave him alone. Oh, he just fell. Poor little Nikko. Up on his perch. If I could have just an ounce of their energy, I could get so much accomplished. So, bringing out just a couple of toys a day seems to be helping, because now I can come in here and I can pick up his toys, and he doesn't throw a hissy fit and get all mad about it. Good boy, Petey.